Queens on. No. I mean, Ali had some Pradas on. He had some Louboutins on. So did I. And it was nuts. It was insane.
Your shoe game is very strong. Listen, champion. Last time I saw you, I think literally the last time I saw you, we were at the desk with Colby, and everything was popping off. So, if you could just sort of explain from your perspective what that was like, and being that close to him, having to deal with him there in the show, and knowing that you couldn't quite punch him that day.
It was kind of, it didn't feel right. It was kind of surreal because it's very rare that you get a guy that if you're just in the same vicinity with him, it's just a different feeling. The energy changes. It's very weird to me. The energy just changes. Just the sight of him, just staring at his beady little eyes, like it changes the mood. It changes the energy. And I was fine. We had fun at that desk. We were having fun at work that day. And then some guy shows up, and I just got uptight. I was just, it was. I think it's because this is a fight that I've been wanting for a long, long time. It's a fight that the fans have wanted for a long, long time. But he's kind of managed to weasel his way around it and avoid it for a long time. But there's no running anymore. The fight's here. We've made it, and December 14th, I get my chance to go out there and, do what I do.
So you signed first then, yeah?
I've always said yes. I've said yes 5 times now. This is the 5th time I've said yes. We were supposed to be the main event for St. Louis. He said no. I ended up fighting on the card anyways. A couple more times we were offered that fight, and I've said yes. But he said no every time. And he said no because he will come out and do a press release. Oh, you're not on my level. I don't want to fight down, or I don't want to fight here. But guess who's on top now? I'm on top, so now you got to fight up.
Are you entertaining the idea of a rematch with Tyron Woodley as well? If the Colby thing hadn't come together, or even after that, if you beat Colby, you looking at Tyron again too?
Absolutely. I don't say no to anybody. I say yes to anyone, because if you don't fight, you don't make no money. I have a 5-year-old daughter, and she likes nice things, so it doesn't...
Takes after her daddy.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter who it is. I've never really picked and choose. I've said no to one fight in the UFC, and I ended up fighting that fight. And so it doesn't matter.
Which one was that?
Sergio Moraes.
You knocked him out.
Yes.
That's the one that I remembered, that Colby was like, oh, you're standing, Colby's fans are like, you standing up for Kamaru? I'm like, no, I just actually remembered who you knocked out, and it was just at the top of my head, so I said it. That's my job.
Yeah, and the thing about that is because of that was why I was so aggressive in that fight, because initially I said no to the fight. They wanted me to fight, and I said no. You guys promised me a top 15 guy. This guy's a dangerous opponent. I'm not scared of him. I will fight him, but this does nothing for my career, and I'm trying to become the champion of the world. And so I didn't fight, said no to the fight, and they said, nuh-uh, you're going to fight this fight. So later on, the fight came back around, and, I kind of took it a little personal. I went out there, and I took care of business the way that I wanted to. And same thing with this fight. This is a fight that he's kind of dodged for a long time, and, December 14th, it goes down.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And one thing I keep saying, with Israel winning, we're one step closer to UFC Africa. I've been only to Morocco. I haven't really been to more parts of the dark continent. I've been to Morocco, and I absolutely loved it. But you said some interesting things here at the presser. If you could just reiterate here, because people's perceptions are of like gorillas and monkeys just running around, right?
Yeah, and that was one thing that kind of, I don't know why, but once I was there, that's my home soil, and it was different. Like even actually the smells, even actually smelling the plants, the flowers. I mean, that's the thing about Morocco. Where were you?
I was in Ouarzazate. I was working on like some behind the scenes things for a movie. I mean, it was amazing. I saw literally the most memorable sunset I've ever seen in my life in Morocco.
Okay, well, yes. Oh, that too. The sunsets, the sunrise. I mean, and my guys, I was just up here, Atman and Abu. I had the royal treatment. So just being able to, a couple of times I was able to kind of just sneak away and go for a walk on myself and just smell it, and the smells, just the plants, just the nature there. And it just looking at the infrastructure, they've got traffic lights, the streets are clean, so clean. And it was just like, this is what they keep lying about, you know. And I made a couple of posts about it, and I was asking like, I get yet to see a damn giraffe. I want to see a giraffe. I want to see a lion or hyena. I want to see something, you know. Like we've been fed that perception for a long time that, oh, Africa. No, that's not true. You know, there's cities just like this beautiful infrastructure, beautiful design, and I mean just the architecture in Morocco was amazing, and it blew me away, honestly. So man, we can make UFC Africa happen. I think it's just about the logistics, I guess.
Well,
you know,
I hope it does.
Yeah, you know, that's all it is. We can make that happen for sure. Morocco is definitely proven that it's all there.
It'd be amazing.
We can absolutely do it.
All right, well, listen, Kamaru, something new for you before we get out of here. We're doing something new called No Wrong Answers. These might be fight related, they might not. Okay. So I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna draw them for you because we'll see what we get this time. Okay.
No wrong answers?
No. Okay. So what is that? What's the question on that one? This one is.